Loss of biodiversity. Loss of biodiversity. The major causes for loss of biodiversity. The major causes for loss of biodiversity includes overpopulation, means population explosion, overpopulation, urbanization, overpopulation, urbanization. Urbanization, overpopulation, urbanization, and industrialization. Industrialization. These are the reasons for loss of biodiversity. As per that estimation, more than 15,500 species. 15,500 species face threat of extinction. 15,500 species face threat of extinction in worldwide every year. That is the estimation. More than 15,500 species face threat of extinction in worldwide for year at present 31% of gymnosperms, 32% of amphibians, 12% of birds, 23% of mammals becomes threat of extinction at present. Recently extincted species according to IUCN Red List. The recently extincted species according to IUCN Red List is very important for your future examination. According to IUCN Red List, what is that? Recently extincted species includes dodo, quagga, thylacine, stellar sea cow, and some of the tiger species includes Bali, Javan, Caspian. These are the tiger species becomes recently extincted. Here the recently extincted species according to Red List includes dodo, quagga, thylacine, stellar sea cow, tiger species like Bali, Javan, and Caspian. The loss of biodiversity. Leads to decreased plant productivity, less resistance to environmental disturbances, and increased variations in ecosystem. These are the causes for loss of biodiversity. Decreased plant productivity, less resistance to environmental disturbances, increased variations in ecosystem. Here, the recently extincted species according to IUCN Red List, that is very important: dodo, quagga, thylacine, stellar sea cow, tiger species like Bali, Javan, and Caspian. One more concept: causes of biodiversity losses. The major causes of biodiversity losses include habitat loss and fragmentation. Habitat loss and fragmentation, over-exploitation, invasion of alien species or foreign species or exotic species, invasion of alien species, and one more cause is co-extinction. Co-extinction. These are the major causes of biodiversity losses. Habitat loss and fragmentation, over-exploitation, invasion of alien species, and co-extinction. These are the causes which are very, very important. Habitat loss and fragmentation. In the case of habitat loss and fragmentation, larger sized habitat broken into smaller sized habitats. Larger sized habitat broken into small habitats due to human activities. How is that? Habitat loss and fragmentation takes place. Here it means larger sized habitat break down into number of smaller sized habitat that is called as fragmentation, that is due to the human activities. For example, tropical rainforest initially, that is about 14% on land surface. Tropical rainforest initially 14% on land surface. Now it is reduced to 6%. That is due to habitat loss and fragmentation. One more example: Amazon forest. Nowadays, Amazon forest acts as a lung of the planet. Nowadays, it is cleared for the purpose of agriculture or cultivation. The size of the Amazon forest is reduced due to that human activities like agriculture. It is the one that is called habitat loss and fragmentation. And one more cause, that is over-exploitation, overuse, excessive use, over-exploitation. Nature over-exploited by man for natural resources. The nature over-exploited by man for natural resources, species becomes extinct due to over-exploitation. For example, passenger pigeon. The passenger pigeon becomes extincted. Some of the marine fishes becomes extincted, and recently stellar sea cow is also extincted due to the over-exploitation. Nature over-exploited by man for natural resources. The species becomes extinct. It is very, very important. Invasion of exotic species, invasion of foreign species, invasion of alien species. Here, the alien species becomes invasive. Compete with the native species. The alien species becomes invasive, compete with the native species, causes damage of indigenous species. Alien species which were entered into India, the Indian species becomes damaged. That is called as invasion of alien species. For example, invasive weeds like Parthenium, carrot grass, Parthenium, lantana, and water hyacinth, Eichhornia. Parthenium, lantana, Eichhornia, introduced into India, threat to native species, threat to Indian species. Invasive weeds like introduction of invasive weeds like Parthenium, lantana, Eichhornia in India, threat to native species. And one more example, introduction of African catfish, scientifically called Clarias garipinus. Clarias garipinus is the scientific name of catfish. Clarias garipinus. Clarias garipinus is the scientific name of catfish, African catfish, introduced into the Indian rivers. The Indian catfishes possessing to threat of extinction. The introduction of African catfishes into the Indian rivers becomes threat of Indian catfishes, indigenous catfishes. And one more example, Nile perch introduced into the Lake Victoria. Nile perch is the fish. Nile perch introduced into the Lake Victoria. Threat to cyclid fishes. Cyclid fishes which are eliminated due to the introduction of Nile perch. That is the one more example of the attenuation of alien species. And last cause, that is co-extinction. Co means both are extincted. Both the parasite and their host becomes extincted. Co-extinction. Here the co-extinction is the phenomenon in which a species becomes extinct. The phenomenon in which species becomes extinct, plant and animal species associated with it, the plant and animal species associated with it in obligatory manner also become extinct. It means host is extincted, the depending parasites which are also extincted. Here the phenomenon in which species becomes extinct, plant and animal species associated with it in obligatory manner also become extincted. That is the one that is called as co-extinction. These are the major causes of biodiversity and losses, habitat loss and fragmentation, over-exploitation, invasion of alien species, co-extinction. Here a best example for over-exploitation, recently extincted species, that is Stellar sea cow. The invasion of alien species is very important. Alien species become invasive, compete with the native species, causes damage of indigenous species. Example, introduction of weeds like alien species like Parthenium, Lantina, Icona into Indian species becomes extincted. Introduction of African catfish into the Indian rivers, Indian catfishes which are eliminated becomes extincted. And Nile perch introduced into the Lake Victoria, a threat to cyclid fishes. These are the major causes of biodiversity losses. Here the causes of biodiversity losses includes habitat loss and fragmentation, over-exploitation, invasion of alien species and co-extinction.